Welcome to Assistive Technology in Action. Today, I'll be demonstrating several ways that a college or university student whose native language is not English might use assistive technology tools to support their learning. Let's meet our student. Isabel, whose native language is Spanish, is an undergraduate psychology major currently taking a research methods course. At the beginning of the semester, she visited her professor's office hours to discuss strategies that might help her to be successful in class, and he was able to suggest several assistive technology tools that could help support her language-related needs. Today in class, the professor is giving a lecture about the different parts of a research article. Although Isabel speaks English well, she often feels rushed trying to comprehend the professor's technical vocabulary and keep up with note-taking. To help with this, Isabel has arranged for permission from her professor to audio record the lectures using the dictation app on her laptop. When she presses start recording, the app takes spoken words and turns them into written text. It continues typing all of the text in this window until it is asked to stop. Unfortunately, the app does not understand punctuation, but it does do a pretty good job with proper nouns like Sigmund Freud and foreign words such as faux pas. However, after stopping the recording, the user can go back and edit to add punctuation, organize it into paragraphs, and correct mistakes. Isabel will be able to save her lecture recording and store it on her computer or in the cloud. She can even use dictation to transcribe recordings that she's created using other applications, translate them into her native language, or share them with her study group. Later that afternoon, she might play back the lecture, pausing it when needed to take notes at her own pace. By reading along with the transcript, she's more easily able to identify some terms that she doesn't recognize. Although Isabel is a strong English speaker, as a university student, she often encounters vocabulary that is completely new to her in English. In those instances, she might use a translator such as Dictionary. Isabel took note of the vocabulary words she didn't understand from today's lecture: parametric statistics and hypothesis. Although they were misspelled in her handwritten notes, she is able to look back at the dictation lecture transcript for the correct spelling and use the online translator Dictionary to translate them into Spanish. After seeing the words in her native language, Isabel realizes she is already familiar with the concept of a hypothesis, but hadn't recognized the English term. The next assignment in Isabel's class is to read some research articles on her final project topic and share a summary in class next week. After Isabel locates an article from the library and opens it in her browser, she turns on the Chromevox screen reader browser extension.
Chromevox spoken feedback is ready.
Knowing that she sometimes comprehends spoken language better than written, Isabel may choose to select the article text and hear it read aloud.
Tab, Detailed Record Main, Dynamic Features of Affect and Interpersonal Behavior in Relation to General and Specific Personality Pathology. Heading 2, The way personality pathology is understood and measured is controversial, with numerous innovations introduced in the past 15 years.
She can also use this tool to hear the pronunciation of unfamiliar words so she will be able to say them correctly. Isabel has written a summary of her selected article in Microsoft Word 365. She wants to make sure her writing sounds clear and logical, so she uses the Immersive Reader feature. This will allow her to hear her summary read aloud, so she can listen to her writing and make any necessary edits.
This study examines a model of personality pathology that includes both general and specific components, distinguishing the severity of personality dysfunction from the characteristic style of its expression.
Thanks to these tools, Isabel and her professor have noticed that her writing skills have become much stronger, and her comprehension of the course content has improved throughout the semester. These are only a few examples of the types of assistive technology that can support students whose native language is not English. Be sure to visit our Tech Toolkit for even more resources.